Guys, I messed up my back. Like, really messed up my back. Oh my gosh. That really hurt. Good morning. Alright, I'm gonna heave Ho back up. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're so sweet in the mornings. Because it's already later. It started hurting like a week ago, and I just brushed it off. I didn't think it was a big deal. And then it started really hurting to the point to where, you know, I can't hardly bend over. I have to like squat and keep my torso straight in order to like pick something up. I can't bend over, it hurts. And I think what I did is something I know I shouldn't do. But sometimes in the morning, Kaidale is really difficult to wake up, and he has to be to school at 8 o'clock. So sometimes I'll kind of drag him to the edge of the bed and, you know, gently wake him up. But I will like drag him to the edge of his bed, and I think that's what did it. And then also I've been running more lately, so I think that did it too. Just the impact from running. Dang it, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Mommy's gonna put a hat on. All right, now let's put a little bit of sunscreen on because it's pretty sun. Hold on, wait for me. All right, wait for me. I gotta get my bike. Oh gosh. Are you ready? Where are we going today? Publix or the library? Wherever the heck we feel like going, right? Oh, careful. Are you doing your cool swervy trick? You want to stop by the park? That'll be our first stop. Hey! You don't want to go to the park? Okay. You left me. I thought you were following me. Oh gosh. That was a no for you? That's fine. Mommy. All right, I got a really good question. My back is feeling better, by the way. It's loosening up. I'm all good. We're gonna survive the day. I got a really good question though on my last vlog in the comment section, wanting to know kind of how me and Kaidale are doing with like bicycle safety, like street safety and things like that, you know, sharing the sidewalk with other people, teaching him how to stop for cars and look both ways and things like that. And also, I think the same comment asked why I ride behind Kaidale instead of in front, and it is for that reason that you just saw. I can't keep an eye on him if he's behind me, and so I think he's following me, and then I turn around and he's going off in the other direction. And I like for him to have his independence on his bike. You know, it's just a bike ride. It's casual. I don't feel the need for there to be a whole lot of restrictions on him. I want him to kind of have free, open range. This is his time to be independent. This is his time to go where he wants to go on his own bike and not be, you know, not have me like breathing down his neck, dictating his every move. Just, I kind of want him to experience freedom. So for the most part, as long as we have the time, we're just footloose and fancy free, and Kaidale kind of decides what we're going to do. If we're going to go to the park or go to the library or whatever, I let him choose for the most part. You know, there are certain days that we have to be back by a certain time, so I have to put limitations, but for the most part, it's his time to do him. So that's why I ride behind him, because you never know if there's other people coming in up in front of us or, you know, some sort of roadblock. So I like to be looking forward, and then, like I said, also watching him at the same time. Whoa! Was that turn a little too sharp for you, buddy? All right, bud, you're gonna have to slow down because there's people coming. Okay, slow down, sweet boy. Get on the right side in front of mommy. Scoot over to the right. Stay right there. Just go real slow, okay? Stay right there on the right. Good job. Ah! Hi. I'm coming, buddy. Okay, that was kind of funny. I was I was trying to show you guys an example of how I try to teach Kaidale to move over for other, you know, bicyclists and pedestrians and things like that. And I knew I knew the person on the bike. Thank you for stopping. You didn't get bit by an ant, did you, Bubba? Well, that's why I told you not to play in ant piles. That's why Mommy tells you not to do that. He likes to watch the ants run around. Okay, anyways, yeah, so I knew the bicyclist, Laura. We love you so much, Laura. It was so good to see you. And I stopped to talk to her, and Kaidale just kept going. But I did, you know, scream for him to stop, and he did. It was a good ways off, but he did stop. So things like that. We've worked on an ABA for years, right, buddy? Following directions and things of that nature. So he stopped. He waited a few minutes for Mommy to say hi, and then we carried on. And he did pretty good moving over too. That's another thing, because sometimes he swerves, you know, and sometimes he cuts it a little too close to people. I try to start reminding him early on when I see people coming. That way it gets reinforced a couple times by me, and by the time the person actually gets here, you know, he's understood the direction, which is to move over to one side or the other. And then also, I feel like, I don't know, this is just my thought process. I feel like if people hear me tell him 3 or 4 times, like, move over, then that might cue them to know that, like, he's a new bike rider, or, you know, he's still working on that direction. So maybe that will cue them to know, you know, I know typically you see that with, like, parents and little kids that are, like, you know, neurotypical kids that are like 5 or 6 learning to ride their bikes. So you kind of know the parents are trying to teach the kids. Kiddo's a little bit older, so I feel like people would just assume that he's been riding for forever, and he hasn't. It's only been less than a year. So I think people would probably just assume at his age and size that there's no need to be cautious, but there is, because he has cut it a little too close to people. So it's just something we work on. I also got a bell for our bikes, and I like to ding that as much as possible because Kaidale doesn't really verbalize move or excuse me, you know, coming up behind you, things like that that you would normally tell people. Kaidale doesn't necessarily do that. So I bought the bell so he can ding it. He's dinging it right now. And he does. He uses it frequently, especially if I tell him, he'll do it. And then that just like alerts people that, you know, we're coming in hot. He's actually an excellent bike rider, and most days he leaves me in the dust. He just smokes me. But sometimes he gets silly and he likes to weave back and forth on the sidewalks and just be a goofball. So, you know, I just prompt him. I just remind him, if somebody's coming, you gotta slow down and move over. And he pretty much listens, but it's not a natural instinct, I would say, so I have to continue to remind him until it becomes natural. A couple other things. We've been riding on sidewalks our whole life, even when we rode tandem, so he knows he's supposed to stay on the sidewalk. So that's been instilled in him. He also is pretty good with his directions, so like he knows straight, left, right. Sometimes he mixes them up, but for the most part, he's got them down pretty good. So I like to use verbal and gestural prompts, you know, if we're coming in hot and, you know, we've got to make a turn. I like to tell him, and I like to also point so he can see me. So that way he pairs the word with the action, and then, you know, knowing his directions and left and right certainly helps ease our the flow of our bike ride as well. All right, now we got to slow down and check for cars right here. All right, we're good. We're gonna turn right, kiddo, right. Right, yeah. Now stop, hand squeeze, good. There's a car coming, so we have to wait. All right, we're good, let's go. Look, there's a bike rack right over here. We can put our bikes at. Right over here, bud. What color do you want?
I see.
Okay. Thank you. All right, what do you say? Thank you. Yummy, buddy. You got a yellow icy.
I see.
Yeah. Normally we get the blue, but today we switched it up. Yum. That was super fun. I've been eyeballing this new Italian ice place right where we live, and kind of just decided, hey, make sure you sidewalk. Okay, good job. And just impromptu decided to stop there, and that was really fun. Get off your bike, because we'll have to walk it in case we don't want to run anybody over, you know. There you go. Nice. Very nice. Let's go to the bike rack. You are a master of your bike, buddy. I'm so proud of you. Oh, that's cool. Going to look for some DVDs, buddy. Oh. The library is another one of our favorite bike riding stop-off places. We love coming here. As you can see, riding our bikes is a whole event for us. It is a big part of our life. And we are very, very grateful that we're able to do this. And it's a reality for us now. So it's been so cool. It's such a life-changing thing. Here you go, sweet boy. Put your helmet on. I would have to say the key to our success is communication and him learning those simple phrases like stop, move over, slow down, sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk. Those sorts of phrases that I have taught him just honestly from practice and repetition. I think that's the biggest keynote to take away is just practice, practice, practice. The more he hears those phrases, the better he gets at it. And it makes riding bikes safe and enjoyable. So y'all heard me use the phrase hand squeeze earlier. That is something he learned early on. It's a very literal term for him. So it kind of makes that communication a little bit easier. It's very literal, not so figurative. You hand squeeze your hand. And that's how he learned to use his brakes. I still use it today if he's not really if I'm telling him to stop and he's not really getting it. If I say hand squeeze, it kind of triggers him of the act that he needs to perform. So I think just finding whatever phrases or terms, works best for you. We've kind of found our groove, and now that we're in a routine, it's so much fun, and we have the best time ever riding our bikes places. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate y'all watching. We love y'all, and we'll see you at next vlog. On the left side, get in front of Mama on the left. Kiddo, scoot over to the left. There you go. There you go. Good job. Nope. Stay on the left side. And slow down. There you go. Good job. Thank you. Good job, buddy. All right, now press the button. Good job. I'm so proud of you. All right, now we just gotta wait for that. We just gotta wait for the crosswalk. Oh, look, let's go. It's our turn. Come on, let's go. Good job.